almost live from the Herbert I. Greenberg Studios at WHIG. It's Up Late with Sam Bass.
Thank you, Scott Smith. We are back for another round of Up Late. Folks, thank you for staying up late with us. While I'm thanking people, I want to thank our good sponsor, great sponsor, Metro Maintenance. There may be a chill in the air in the evenings now, but with Metro Maintenance, your home will stay cozy and warm all season long. Cozy and warm all season long. That's a great slogan. So Benton, feel free to use it. Trust them with your heating and maintenance needs. Tonight, our guest hails from right here in the Rocky Mount area, but his career has taken him across the entire globe. He's a stuntman. He's a proud member of the Screen Actors Guild. And plus, he's just an all-around awesome guy. Plus, he gets paid to fall down for a living. Seriously, he actually gets paid for that. Whenever I take a tumble, all I hear is, "Get up, clean up your bourbon." That's what I get. So, if I could get on that pay scale, that'd be great. Jason Gupton is here. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I do a lot of my own stunts. Yep, it's true. Sometimes I even perform stunts for other stars. In fact, I've been a stunt double for several different celebrities. What, you don't believe me? I had a feeling you'd be skeptical. That's why I went to the trouble, or at least somebody did, not me, of finding photographic proof. I should probably give somebody a raise, right? We'll see. Anyway, here are my top 5 stunt performances.
The term stunt is used quite loosely in the following segment and may be subject to interpretation. Many of the instances, both seen and unseen, are purely products of Sam's imagination. Regardless, do not attempt the stunts you're about to witness, especially if you're over 50, under the influence of alcohol, or prone to incontinence. This warning is particularly relevant for stunts involving elf types and elevators.
Number 5. Of course, I was a stunt double for Will Ferrell for the sequel to Elf. Did you know there was an Elf 2? Shot right here in Rocky Mount. I bet you didn't know that. They ended up canceling the entire project. We finished shooting, and if it ever gets made, we'll get Will back on the air. That was number 5. Number 4. One of my favorite stunts was getting stuck in the elevator during our Josh Dobson episode. Many people think it must have been terrifying being trapped in an elevator, even for the show. But let me tell you, the real scary part was being cramped in a small space with Jamie. That's right. She's in there filming me. I didn't have my bourbon. It's kind of scary. So without my bourbon, it's kind of tough. I had left it on my desk. Scary times, folks. I got to tell you, you got to drink if you're around Jamie. I'm just saying. Number 3. When my good buddy Greg Fisher was here, we made a little bet on the set, and the loser had to jump into the fountain outside. You know, it's Greg Fisher, so naturally I lost the bet. But being the big star that I am, I could have easily gotten a stunt. I could have gotten Jason to do a stunt for me, but I didn't. Like Tom Cruise, we do have a lot of similarities, I know. I prefer to do my own stunts. Like the true star that I am, I just took a big swig of my bourbon and I jumped right in. Here's the proof. Number 2. This is a good one. I really had to amp up my workouts for this one for weeks leading up to this stunt. So Robbie, if you will, go ahead and pop up this one. No, not that one. That's just me on a Wednesday night. What happened to the clip of me parachuting out of a plane, landing on the car, and then jumping into the train? What do you mean the file's corrupted? No, I don't have another copy. This clip was my only proof that I actually did the stunt. Now, Nobody's ever going to believe that I did that scene for Tom Cruise. You know what? Just forget it. I still have one more stunt, and this is my best one yet. So, my number one stunt is...
Don't look at him, look at me.
Well, what can I say? It looks like somebody just stole my thunder. I have clearly been outstunted by a 7-year-old. We'll be right back with her dad, Jason Gupton. Sit tight.
Metro Maintenance has provided fast, reliable services in Nash, Edgecombe, and Halifax counties for over 35 years. Metro Maintenance offers services for residential, commercial, and institutional facilities. These services include heating and cooling, electrical, plumbing, and general repairs. Our numerous years of experience, knowledge, and resources help us to accomplish our mission of serving our customers with superior service achieved through integrity and hard work. All of our work is guaranteed. For service, call 252-977-2730 or find us on the web at metro-maintenance.com.
As promised, the man himself, Jason Gupton, is here. Jason, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You know, your daughter Riker came in here and stole the show right to start with.
Per usual.
Well, we're going to get to her in a minute. But I want to tell you how awesome it is you get paid just to fall down, you know, for a living. I know it's more complicated than that. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
No, that's actually exactly how I like to say it. I play dress up and fall down for a living. That's straightforward.
Nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't get hurt.
We try not to.
But you've been a pretty busy guy for recently. Tell me a little bit what you've been working on and doing.
We got a couple projects that are finally finished and wrapped. They're coming out soon. Megalopolis was a big Francis Ford Coppola project that's, I think, 40 years in the making and finally done. Outer Banks Netflix series is about to come out pretty soon. A couple other pretty big ones should be hitting the wave soon.
Wow. I know I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell. Have you ever worked with him?
I have not worked with Will yet, no.
Well, that needs to happen sometime.
I agree. Elf 2.
So I saw that you were Elf 2, that's right, on your Facebook profile that you were homeschooled. Mm-hmm. Did that have anything that led you to do what you do now?
Oh, for sure. My parents built an amazing skate park in my backyard. We had a motocross track next door. And so it was do some school and then it was do all the action sport activities, which definitely led to where I am now.
So folks, if you don't follow his Facebook page, I highly recommend it. It's just so entertaining. So you recently finished shooting stunts as a stunt double for a movie called Greedy People.
Yes.
Stunt double for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Is that correct?
It is, yep.
Tell me something about that. I know we got a picture here.
Yeah, so with a lot of movies, you'll have more than one double. My friend Kane Sinclair was his double for a huge chunk of the movie. I came in at the very end to double Joseph. We had a nice little rainy sequence where they had rain boxes pouring on us all night, so a lot of fun of just being soaking wet.
So there's a picture. The picture we have, you're all bloody. How did that happen?
That happened earlier in the movie. I was not part of that fight, but I am taking it. He did not win that fight. You have to watch the movie and find out.
I can't wait to see it. Can you tell me, how did you get into all this?
So growing up with the action sports background, BMX, skateboarding, motocross, slowly transitioned into like circus style stuff, so stilts and unicycles. That went over into parkour and free running, which got me on American Ninja Warrior for 3 seasons. And I went to LA and stayed with some stunt guys, and it kind of opened the doors that I needed open to start this career.
That is very cool. What was your first job as a stunt performer?
First job was on NBC Revolution, I think 12 years ago. For Jeff Wolf, who tapped me in the industry. So a lot of fun, long time ago.
So what's your most memorable experience?
Ooh, that's a good one. The Walking Dead series, we did a whole lot of really fun, silly stunts on that, and yeah.
So what's the most unusual stunt? Was there something on there that you did?
Yes, I got in a giant gigaball, those inflatable balls you can get in to run down hills, and special effects made it look like it was an art sculpture. And I'm running down the hill inside this gigaball, mowing over all of my friends who are dressed as zombies. And that was probably still the best day ever on set.
So you also worked on The Walking Dead, like you said, A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yep.
So what do you think is the most challenging thing you've done so far, and why would it be the most challenging?
I think every set has its own challenges. A lot of the times you will get on set and not be told what you're doing until you get there. So it's a lot of figuring it out and being good on the spot. I can't say one stunt's more than another that sticks out in my head. They all have their own challenges for sure.
So what was it like working with some of these stars like Frank Grillo and Ben Stiller and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
They were all awesome. Ben's hilarious. Frank was really nice too. Doubled him twice now. Yeah, they're all really cool. I've yet to have an actor that I'm like, this guy is your stereotypical Hollywood not cool guy. They've all been very nice and very awesome.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, because kind of us regular folks think these guys might be a little hard to deal with. But so one of my favorite actors is Michael Keaton, and you were a stunt driver on Dope Set, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I was one of the coordinators and a stunt driver, and I doubled Mike for a couple sequences. But yeah, super awesome guy. All I want to talk about was Beetlejuice and Batman with him. He was amazing.
Yeah, he's like the best Batman to me.
Oh, for sure, hands
he's
down.
Like in
my favorite
top
Batman.
One or two Batman. And I joked with you about this the other day. You were on Outer Banks, the Netflix series, and I said, were you the guy driving the boat back and forth to Chapel Hill?
Oh, yes.
And I know they got geographically to have everything so screwed up.
Yeah, they went pretty well with that.
So what did you actually do on that show?
We have some pretty different sequences. It doesn't come out till I think the first week of October, so I can't say give too much away in that show. But we definitely had some pretty fun motocross sequences and pretty wild times this season. Like, it's definitely one to watch.
I can't wait to see it. So let's get back to your daughter, Riker. So she's following in your footsteps, correct?
Yes.
She is, I learned it the hard way. This young lady's really got her stuff together. Tell me a little bit about what, she's just a natural born daredevil or what?
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of been that way her whole life. She got her first four-wheeler at 2, like 1 or 2, started dance at 2. And then it was, every year's been a dirt bike or a four-wheeler, I think, since. My wife gets on me on buying too many toys for her. But yeah, she's kind of always been wide open. We have a full skate park in our backyard, airbags, trampolines, foam pits, so.
You told me that she may be the youngest member of Screen Actors Guild in the country?
I would confidently say East Coast. I
Okay.
would need to do some research to see if it's like United States. They used to tap them pretty young into the Screen Actors Guild. They've stopped doing that for a while. So possibly right now at this point in time, she might be the youngest stunt performer.
That is very cool. She's such a sweetheart. So what kind of training and preparation do you have to do to get prepared for these roles?
It really depends on the role. If you're lucky, if you're going to go on a run and you're doubling like the lead or something like that, and they give you an idea of what you need to be training up on, whether it's driving, high falls, burns. Most of the time, if you're already getting called for that, you're already proficient in that. But there are some driving classes around you can take. They're really great to get certified. Insurance really likes to have those on the paperwork that you've done the driving classes. There's some high fall guys you can go hang out with, fire burn guys. But mostly it's just you hanging out with your buddies and doing the same thing that you used to do growing up.
Right. So you mentioned burns. You had told me recently when we talked that your daughter, Riker, got a flamethrower as a gift.
She did, yep. She
Tell
got
me
her own
about that.
flamethrower. I had ordered a flamethrower from a close friend who works with the company as a wrap gift for my boss, and he sent 2, and the letter was addressed to Riker to keep this safe, enjoy it, light marshmallows or your dad on fire. Every little girl deserves a flamethrower. It was the
Light your
cutest
dad
letter
on
ever.
fire.
Cutest letter ever.
That's funny. So what's the typical day, if you're on the set as a stuntman, what is a typical day for you?
Get up way too early, depending on what show you're on. If you're on Walking Dead, then get there even earlier to sit in makeup for 2 hours. Get in makeup, go out there, do your stunt, or normally actually not do your stunt, sit around till lunch, and then not be able to eat lunch because you're in prosthetics, so you have to just drink a smoothie or something. And then after you're nice and full, then do your stunt in the afternoon and sweat way too much, and then 45 minutes to get out of makeup.
I mean, kind of like coming here without the makeup.
There you go, yeah.
So have you ever had any close calls or injuries while you're doing stunts?
Knock on wood, none on set. My own stupidity does its own fun, but yeah, not on set. We've had some close counters and some bumps and bruises. The next day hurt, but overall okay.
You're a young guy, so right now it's not going to bother you, but when you get a little bit older, it might.
My chiropractor loves me.
I bet. So we have a clip here of you doing a stunt for Zombieland. Let's watch that right now.
Ready, and 3, 2, 1, go!
So tell me a little bit about what was going on in the clip.
So that's the end of Zombieland 2 Double Tap, and we are hanging off a tower where myself and another stuntman, Troy Butler, has chased Woody Harrelson off this tower, and we've grabbed his leg, and we're hanging like 30 stories in the air, supposedly on the film. And then the other stunt double, which is Cortland, is Woody's double, is on the line up top. And yeah, we're acting like we're gonna bite him, and then he ends up, I think, shooting Troy, and I'm handcuffed to Troy because Troy is a cop and I'm an inmate, and so I'm handcuffed to Troy. And so when he shoots them, we fall.
Oh, okay. It's very interesting. Change gears a little bit. You competed on America Ninja Warrior, correct?
Yep.
So how was that experience compared to what you do in film and television?
A lot of hurry up and wait, so a lot of that's still the same. But you just don't get as much prep. The first season I did, they still ran during the daytime, so that was nice. The other 2 seasons, they only ran at night. Like, they waited for the sun to go down, so you ran sundown to sun up, and it didn't matter what time. You could just be 3 in the morning and be like, all right, your number's up, go for it. And they'd trick you because they'd have these mini tramps on the side that you could practice on, but they were sprung different than the mini tramps on the course. So you hit this one, it's nice and bouncy. You get to the course, it's not as bouncy. So, yeah.
So if you could perform any stunt on movie or TV show, past or present, which would it be and why?
Ooh. So I grew up huge Dukes of Hazzard fan. That's why I'm here. And so I would say to get on that would have been top tier. That or Smokey and the Bandit. Those 2 things molded my childhood for sure.
We're connected right there, buddy. I can tell you that right now. So when you were first trying to break in the business, did you have any idols that were stuntmen or mentors?
No, again, I obsessed with Smokey and the Bandit and Dukes of Hazzard. And so I didn't realize that was a real thing. I thought you could jump cars and it's okay.
Right.
Turns out it is kind of okay, but you just need a couple of cars. So it wasn't until I started doing parkour, free running, and meeting some stunt guys that I was like, oh, this is an actual obtainable career.
Well, we talked about it a little bit about the Burt Reynolds thing. Was it Hal Needham?
Yep, Hal Needham.
He's kind of like the father of stunts, correct?
Yep, so Stunts Unlimited, that's what the company he started. He wrote Smokey and the Bandit, and yeah, just really just reinvented stunts. He's the first one to do a cannon roll, invented the whole thing. Yeah, he's the guy for stunts.
So like you, I'm a big Burt Reynolds fan from back in the day. The whole Smokey and the Bandit thing, that was kind of my generation, but it's great to know that a guy like you that's a lot younger than me enjoyed those movies. So
phenomenal.
So I want to thank you for doing this, man. This is so cool that you came on this show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun.
We're going to have you back. I want to continue to follow your career because you've got so much going on. It's hard to keep up with you. And speaking of that, I believe you did a movie with Ben Stiller recently. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's called Nutcracker. That just premiered at the Toronto Music Film Festival. I forget the technical name for it. So I think I did hear they did sign some sort of deal, so it should be hitting either theaters or TV soon. And that should hopefully come out at Christmas this year since we shot it last year.
Christmas movie. Okay, Ben Stiller.
Yep.
Did you double or stunt for him?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Very
I
cool.
did some
very
stunts
cool.
for Ben. Yeah,
So
super
look,
awesome guy.
Again, thanks a lot for coming on here.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Cannot wait to have you back and follow your career because I know it's going to be great.
Sweet. Thank you so much, man.
We'll be right back. Hey, I want to thank Jason for being here. That was so interesting. Hey, our dog of the week is a curious and intelligent 8-month-old mixed breed female with a sweet and cuddly demeanor. Like me, she is a social butterfly and especially enjoys treat time and particularly loves peanut butter. Unlike me, however, she has even grazed magazine covers. If you're looking for the perfect furry companion, then get in touch with the Maggie Society and ask about Carissa. I guarantee you will have a lifelong friend. Every Thursday night right here on WHIG, Up Late with Sam Bass. Tune in. Thanks for watching. See you soon.